This is going to be a quick video on this Sears Kenmore 158-1212 convertible sewing machine. This is one of the four 158 series machines that I purchased in my Sears Kenmore 158 haul, I called it. And I was just getting the machine cleaned up and oiled and serviced and ready to go here. And I think in one of the previous videos I mentioned I was going to show everyone how this machine came from the factory, basically with a gear reduction built into the side of the machine. And I'm actually just sitting behind the camera now, but let me roll around to the machine and I will turn the machine and show you what I'm talking about. Now this is a good one to demonstrate this on because the side cover, I can just loosen a few screws and rotate it. Okay, let me just check the camera. Okay, when you're looking in the side of the machine, you can see. Now right here I've got a motor that came off of one of the older Kenmores that mounts on the back of the machine. That would have ran the belt directly from this pulley here up to the hand wheel. If you remember the old Kenmores, it would have sat on the back of the machine back here, belt would have went to there. With the new design they have here, the motor is tucked in the back under the machine there, and there's a small pulley just like on this motor, and it's coming up to this shaft midway up to the hand wheel. And what it's doing is running the small motor pulley up to this larger pulley, which has a secondary pulley here, which is much smaller, that goes up to the hand wheel. So what you're looking at is a built-in, let me put this down and quit making noise. What you're looking at is a built-in gear reduction. Let's see, I don't know how well that's going to show up. Let me try to open up the aperture a little bit here. Okay, hopefully you can see it now. Small pulley on the motor down below, belt comes up to this larger pulley, which is mounted on a shaft here, back to smaller pulley. This is all one pulley, it's just large on one side, small on the other. Then another belt which goes up to your hand wheel. This gives you a lot of torque. That's why these machines, even with this one, has a 1 amp motor. It was made in Taiwan, but it has a lot of power and it'll sew through a lot of things. A lot of different fabrics and heavier materials. So that's just, I'm going to dial this back down. That's just a quick, I just wanted to quickly show that since I had the machine out and I was working on it. And with this machine, I'm going to just move the camera and show the top here quickly. Here you can see from the top view how simple this machine is. I don't have the hand wheel locked in right now, but it's just a main shaft coming through that's driving the needle up and down. There is a plastic gear here. You don't have to worry about that being plastic. The one on the main shaft is metal. This is simply a cam stack built in, and all this is here for is to do the zigzag. This little arm gets moved as this rotates. If you engage the zigzag, this little arm will move the needle back and forth. Otherwise, when that's disengaged, this is basically doing nothing, and it's just most of the motor power is just going straight to doing the work that the needle has to do and turning the hook back and forth. So that's just a quick view at this machine and what it does and how the gear reduction mechanism works on the side of the machine. Well, I better get back to work here on this machine. I got to do a little bit more cleaning and get it all put together, do a quick test run on it, and it'll be heading out. I've got the machine set up here with just some light leather. I already did a test run. This is about maybe 1/8 of an inch thick on each layer, and I'm using a Tech 69 thread Let me see if I can get it here. Okay. It's a HB69, so it is the thread that you would use with leather. It's a nylon thread. And I'm just using a size 16 needle, not a leather needle, just a standard needle. And I'll just show you what this machine will do. I did have to loosen up the bobbin tension just a little bit because the thread is a little heavier than a standard thread. And then I did tighten my upper tension just a little bit to pull that stitch on the back side up a little tighter, because as you know, you want your stitch to lock in the middle of your two pieces of material. But I'll just show you the machine running. I am going to bury the needle because I want the machine to have the chance to make one full rotation before the needle has to hit that leather again. So here we go. So this machine will sew light leather. Okay, and let's look at the stitch real quick here. Alright, I'm going to try to look behind the camera. Get the light on here. That's the back. And that's the front. Okay, as always, thanks for watching.